Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and there's no denying that Universal Orlando has absolutely changed for the better, especially now with Epic Universe being open and a lot of the old advice no longer works. So that's why today I'm sharing 13 proven tricks that will save you real time, real money, and take the stress out of your next Universal Orlando vacation. And the cool thing about this is that these tips will apply across all 4 Universal Orlando parks, so whether it's your first trip or your 5th, you will find this video helpful. And trick number 7 alone has been known to save families well over an hour on average, so stick around for that one. As always, I'm very excited, so let's go get started. Thank you again so much for checking out this video. Like I said, I'm about to break down 13 tricks and tips that always work at Universal Orlando, and we're starting off hot with trick number 1. So our first trick is one of the best kept secrets for saving money at Universal Orlando, and it starts even before you get down to the theme parks. So starting with trick number 1, and this would be your Express Pass value strategy. So the trick here is to always price out if you're purchasing the Universal Express Pass for more than one day. Never buy it per day. It's almost always going to cost you more when you start to look at some of the options that Universal Orlando has. So one of the oldest tricks in the books has been to stay at a Signature Collection hotel that gives you the free 2-park unlimited express pass for everyone in your room. But another important tip, and I've been talking about this a lot on my channel, but I just know that it will help you save money, is those multi-day express passes for the 3 main parks that Universal Orlando has released at this point in time for 2026 and beyond. So the trick here is never go and just purchase express passes for multiple days, one day at a time. Always run the numbers to make sure that the math makes sense. You're getting the best deal possible. And that's kind of where I'm starting out with this video. Over to trick number 2, jumping into the theme parks. And this trick has to do with skipping the locker lines at some of the most popular rides. So if you can avoid bringing a big backpack and possibly just go with a fanny pack or a really small bag, most of the rides that make you put your bags in lockers will allow a secure fanny pack or belt bag that fits under the restraint to come on with you. This allows you to skip the locker bays entirely on many attractions. Now, however, it does not allow you to skip the rides that have metal detectors. And these rides are going to be the Velocicoaster, the Incredible Hulk Coaster, Stardust Racers. But on the flip side, one of the biggest rides that you can get away with this for is going to be Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure during early park admission. And don't worry, we will talk about early park admission in a few. But another ride that it's great on is Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, Men in Black. These can all just save you a couple extra minutes where you don't have to go over to the locker. I one time locked my ticket in the locker, and then the ticket is how you open up the locker, so I couldn't open up my locker. Turned into like a 45-minute swing. If you can, don't bring a backpack, bring a fanny pack. Long story short, on to trick number 3. And over to that one, we have make sure that you're arriving earlier than early park admission starts. And so again, this is one of my favorite ones because I just know that I personally go and I do this myself, and I know it works. And I know that a lot of folks disagree with me where they say, hey, my trick here, especially over at Epic Universe, which is now changing to include Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic in early park admission, which I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. I think there's going to be a lot of people who now know that this is part of early park admission. They're going to want to go and check this ride out. To get on the rides as quickly as possible, I always recommend to arrive a full hour before early park admission even starts. And yes, I know you're still technically going to be waiting to get into the park, but I always look at it like you're not paying for that time. And what I personally have found with my own days is when I do this, I'm typically able to get onto 2 or 3 of the most popular rides with my early park admission within the first hour to hour and a half. And my honest opinion is if you only have one day that you're at Epic Universe or Islands of Adventure and you're really trying to get the most out of it, like why would you not give yourself the best chance possible to go and do that? Now, one of the tips here too is make sure that if you're trying to do this, you are going to be on one of the first buses from the Universal hotels. And just be prepared. You want to make sure you're on one of the first buses. The buses definitely can fill up, or if you're strategic about this, you might want to pick one of the hotels that's in walking distance to whichever park you really want to get the advantage on. But what I found is by doing this, I have been on and off Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry within the first 15 minutes of early park admission, or technically the park hours at that point. But I've also have been on Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, the Jurassic World Velocicoaster, and Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey within my first hour by using this strategy. So it does work, and I'm going to continue saying it till I'm blue in the face. Over to trick number 4, and this is a cool one over at Epic Universe. Universe, but did you know that you can unlock some secret freestyle soda options? And this is still one of the hidden secrets. At the Coca-Cola freestyle machines, you can tap the vault icon in the corner and then draw a U shape on the screen to unlock limited or sort of hidden flavors in a couple of the worlds. So at this point in time, it's going to be within Celestial Park, Dark Universe, and How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. They each have an exclusive drink in their freestyle machines. And just the trick there too, on top of that trick, is that of course having a universal refillable freestyle cup could be a great way for you and your family to save money on your trip. So if you're a soda drinker, I drink a lot of Diet Coke at this point in time. As I get older, I don't know, it's just like a coming of age. We're refilling our Coke freestyle cup. So that could be something. Look into it. It could be a great way for you guys to save money. Over to the next trick that you should always be doing at Universal, and sticking with the beverages for a little bit, and we would say skip the butterbeer lines outdoors and always go to the butterbeer sort of bars inside when you can. And of course, everyone always wants a butterbeer in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, but did you know that those outdoor carts, the lines could be 20 to 30 minutes long, and especially in the hot Florida sun, it's not fun. However, what we have found is actually a lot of times in the Hogshead pub, which is in Hogsmeade Village in Islands of Adventure, you can potentially take advantage of a shorter line, and they serve butterbeer. One of my other hidden gems at this point in time is over in Epic Universe. You can go to La Goblette Noire, and there's a huge, I've never seen anyone at the bar there, and you can get a butterbeer inside that restaurant as well. Another kind of trick on top of that one is going to be for my adults visiting Universal Orlando, and if you are going over to Hogshead, you can try the Deathly Hallows drink. It's a Guinness with some other drinks inside of it. It's really good. I've done it in my videos. Be sure to check that out if you do want an adult beverage. Over to trick number 6, and this is another great one that I love, and that is always try to take advantage of the Universal Orlando app, but specifically set ride alerts within the Universal Orlando app. And so if you open up the Universal Orlando app and you tap on the bell icon next to any ride, you can get notified when wait times, let's say, drop below a certain threshold. And so we find this really, really helpful, especially over in Epic Universe, where the wait times have kind of been all over the place, but also some of the oldies but goodies to use this on would of course be Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, the Jurassic World Velocicoaster, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, and Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. And you can use these alerts while you're eating dinner or watching one of the amazing shows, so you're not staying on your phone kind of refreshing all day. Just make sure you have your notifications set to on, and once it notifies you, it's time to go and hop on that line. All right, so another important one that's kind of coming into play now, that Universal's sort of changing some of the park hours in its park. So what we're seeing right now is Epic Universe, for the most part, has been opening up at 10 a.m. and closing a little bit later at night at 10 p.m. Well, we're actually seeing Universal Studios Florida now sort of trying that model as well. They're opening up at 10 a.m. for the next couple weeks anyway, and then they're staying open a little bit later at night. So the advantage and the trick here is to, if you can, be sure to plan around that. Make sure that you can give yourself an opportunity to stay in the parks until a little bit later at night, because that's typically when we see massive wait time drops within the last hour to hour and a half right before the park closes. And this is of course especially going to be true over at Epic Universe, and my honest opinion is I would always try to hit Super Nintendo World within that last hour to hour and a half. And so what you want to do here is, of course, you want to be prepared for a long day, especially if you're following my tricks. You know that you're going to show up an hour early before early park admission starts. You're going to be in the park until possibly 10 o'clock at night. You might, if you have multiple days, want to plan a break back at your hotel pool, and you just want to be strategic about how you do this. And what I would also say is, if you're visiting during the time of year when there's Halloween Horror Nights, I would definitely be really strategic about how you do it, and I would not plan to do an early park admission until the park closes for Horror Nights. That is, I've done it, I have regretted it. I wasted so much money on express passes that I really didn't get to enjoy. Be strategic now. When we say stay later, you can get on a lot of haunted houses and Horror Nights within the last hour, but you want to make sure you have the energy to do so. Over to trick number 8, and this is an oldie but goodie. We have some new ones in Epic Universe, and that is, be sure you're aware of the hidden interactive wand locations if you're purchasing an interactive wand. And if you've had it before, if you're sort of doing your research, you probably know that there are marked spell locations on the ground within the Wizarding World of Harry Potter lands, and that's where you'll do your sort of spells. But did you know that there are hidden spots that aren't on the maps that they give you when you buy your wand? And so the cool trick here is that if you go into Nocturne Alley and you open your map under a blacklight, you actually will be able to see those spell locations. Okay, over to trick number 9, and I would say make sure that you're always checking the Universal website or app as you're getting closer to your trip. So one of the things we learned about recently was some changes to the early park admission at Epic Universe. I've been doing videos on tips for Epic Universe for months now, and now just like that, in blink of an eye, I have to change, and we have to kind kind of you all at home have to change about how you're planning your trips. Universal can change the rides that they have included for early park admission. They can change the hours that the parks are operating. Things can change even if you saw it months ago. Be sure that you're staying up to date as you're getting closer to your trip, because you want to make sure that you understand if you're taking advantage of early park admission, you know which lands and which rides are open. But also the other thing I think this is important for is the show and parade schedules. Universal has some really amazing shows, specifically Sensational over at Universal Studios Florida, and also there's a show on Hogwarts Castle and Islands of Adventure, but they do not run every single night. There are certain nights they might not be running. You want to be prepared for that and make sure that you kind of take that into your plan. All right, over to trick number 10, and this made me laugh when I was reading through this, kind of getting ready for this video. I guess this isn't really a trick. When I was creating this outline, I guess my mind was a little scattered. So in it, at number 10, the trick here would be if your family is hangry and you're trying to impress them with a really, really cool snack at Universal Studios Florida, I have the one for you. You're going to want to go and try the Minion Ice Pops, but specifically, I have to give a huge shout out to the Gru Ice Pop, which is Nutella flavored with a dark chocolate shell. So I am Italian. Growing up, Nutella was always one of the favorite sort of snacks. I say, for dessert, I would put it pretty much on everything. But just in general, the Minion Ice Pops, I really think are some of the top tier sort of snacks in all of Universal Orlando. They also have a blue banana flavored with a white chocolate shell, and they have a Vector Ice Pop, which is orange cream flavored. But the other cool thing is Universal has been doing, around every May, they've been doing sort of butterbeer season. There will be certain points where we have a butterbeer ice pop, so be sure to keep an eye out on that. And then another trick here too is I don't know anywhere else in the world where you can get banana popcorn. So if you're in the Minion section of Universal Orlando, be sure to go try out the banana popcorn. All right, over to trick number 11, and this one is for Volcano Bay. And if you're trying to take advantage of early park admission at Volcano Bay, one of the things that I've learned the hard way is you really want to be strategic with how you get over to that park if you're trying to take advantage of early park admission. You don't want to drive and park at City Walk. The reason being is what I have personally found is that the buses won't actually start to come pick you up when early park admission starts. They might come a little bit after that. So if you're the type of family you want to be there to get the best seats, or that's really it for the most part, or to get on as many rides as possible now that Tapu Tapu is not going on, you want to either pick a hotel that's in walking distance. So I'm thinking Cabana Bay, which is literally connected to Volcano Bay. I'm thinking Adventura, Sapphire Falls right across the street. You either want to be able to walk over, or you want to stay at an official Universal Orlando hotel that will allow you to hop on one of the free shuttle buses. My opinion is if you park and you're trying to get there for early park admission, you're kind of at a disadvantage. All right, over to the next trick, number 12, and I would say always have a rain plan when it comes to Universal Orlando, but this is especially true now for Epic Universe. And so I've gone over this on my videos before, but a lot of the rides at Epic Universe are outdoors, and a lot of them will close if there's thunder in the area. So what happens is a lot of families will of course go to the indoor rides such as Monsters Unchained, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry, but the wait times will get a little bit longer. If you know there's one rainy day in your forecast and you have a multi-day ticket, my honest opinion is I always lean towards Universal Studios Florida. When it's raining, it has more indoor rides, especially compared to Islands of Adventure. So just be prepared, have some backup plans so you can get the most out of your days, even if it does rain. And over to trick number 13, and always be sure to keep an eye out for the single rider lines and know how to use them strategically. So single rider lines are not guaranteed to kind of cut your wait time, but I find them to be very helpful, especially at Universal, where the families, you start to get more families with, let's say, teenagers, and you're going after the thrill rides. So there might be some rides that, let's say, one or two kids wants to go on, but your youngest just can't. So the single rider line could be a great way to sort of keep your day moving along and chugging along without sort of kind of everyone has to go and wait on the line of the ride that only a couple people want to go on. So it's important to note that you won't sit together and you will skip the themed queue areas, but I feel like it's still a great way for you to kind of get the most out of your day, and that's really what this video was all about. So there you have it, everyone. Those are 13 Universal Orlando tricks that will work every single time you visit the parks, from the hotel express pass strategy to making sure that you're in the park for the final hour to get some short wait times in. You're now ahead of most people as they get ready to walk into Universal Orlando. But if you do need a little additional help, be sure to go check out our website, theparkprodigy.com, for personalized planning help with your Universal Orlando vacation package to discount tickets. We've got everything you need to plan an amazing Universal Orlando vacation. And if this video helped you to this point, please just be sure to subscribe to our channel, as I have a lot more Universal Orlando planning videos coming out in the coming weeks. And as one final gift before I say goodbye, if you did stick around all the way till the end of this video, video, I do have a special promo code you can go use on our website to save an extra $50 off your next Universal Orlando vacation package, and that promo code is going to be MAGIC50. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video, and until next time, I will talk to you soon.